This is the snowy owl, something of a mystery to science. Carl Linnaeus, the guy who was really good at putting animals into categories, didn't realize that females and males were the same species. Ornithologists still bicker about where snowies belong in the owl family tree. Because they breed in the frozen north, we don't really know how many of them there are, how they live, or if they can adapt to a warming world. But we may soon have some answers. In 2013, the United States was surprised by an invasion of snowy owls. There was an abundance of lemmings to eat in the Arctic that summer, and so lots of owlets hatched. They spilled down into the United States by the hundreds, then by the thousands. Sightings were reported in Virginia, Alabama, South Carolina, even Florida. This was a once-in-a-lifetime chance to learn the secrets of the snowy owl. Scientists trapped dozens of visiting owls.
Hold still.
And fitted them with solar-powered backpack transmitters.
Oh, she's awake now. Got it. And you're about to get let go.
They called the operation Project Snowstorm. Among the tagged owls was a young male named Baltimore. He had hatched way up in the Arctic the previous summer. His mom had kept his egg warm for a month while his dad brought her food. When he hatched, he was an ugly ball of fluff. His dad now brought him food too, and his mom chased off hungry foxes. He grew quickly, learning to hop on strong legs and then fly. He migrated south, finally stopping at Martin State Airport in Baltimore, Maryland. It probably reminded him of the wide tundras of his birth, but planes regularly kill owls, so humans caught Baltimore, gave him a backpack, and released him on a remote beach. Over the next year, Baltimore carried his transmitter to the northern wilderness of Canada. It logged thousands of data points, the most extensive log of a wild owl's movements ever recorded. You might say Baltimore is the best-known snowy yet. And so I decided to bundle up, take that same trip, see the things that Baltimore saw, and maybe meet him up in Canada. So I packed my lunch and I gave my boss the slip. Wrote myself this theme song, going on a field trip, yeah. This is the exact spot where Baltimore began his journey. And so, a year later, that's where we started our trip. Baltimore's backpack transmitter had recorded his location down to the meter every 30 minutes, and every few days, it uploaded that data via cell towers. We followed the data points up to New Jersey, where he had rested on empty summer homes. And we started to run into people who knew Baltimore.
Baltimore was a brave bird because he hung out in one of the most important bald eagle spots. Bald eagles are the only things here that snow owls are scared of.
It was very sunny that day. I came across this white bird body. As it turns out, it was Baltimore, just enjoying the sunshine, and I was enjoying watching him.
And then on to New York City.
What I'm thinking, just by working here, he must have been amazed by the noise, the height, the lights. It gets no better than this. Look at this.
So this is where he was. On and on he went, across Lake Ontario and into Canada.
It flew right on that top of that mast up there. You remember that, Dayle? Snowy owl sat right up there, flew right up on the mast there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was quite a sight, wasn't it?
Baltimore stopped at Amherst Island, then headed north to summer in the Arctic. Come winter, he returned to Amherst, an island where they're crazy for owls.
Happy spring, everyone.
12 snowy owls were present the other day. Well, they're still here.
That's quite a bunch.
That is quite a bunch, because we got 20 on the Christmas count, and we had 25 searchers out.
The wonderful story of Baltimore, right. I spotted the white owl on the very top of CJAI's silo. His mouth was open. You would swear he was laughing at us. Baltimore was hanging around the radio station and around the school.
We went outside and then the snowy owl was just like staring at us.
But we couldn't find him either of those places. Spring has arrived, and there's a chance Baltimore could have already headed north. His last set of locations were scattered across this 17,000-acre island, but those data points are 3 days old. See a little white dot? It looks pretty good. It's like a big white male. It could be Baltimore. I don't see a backpack. Oh my gosh, look, that's Baltimore right there. We're never gonna find this owl. Oh, and is that one out in the field? Every time I see a mailbox, I think that's an owl. Oh. Yeah, that's him. I can see the transmitter. I think that's him. I think that's Baltimore. Right there. That's really him. He's looking at us. There he goes, the owl whose secrets aren't so secret anymore. We now know he loves to hunt at night, that he likes to eat not just voles, but water birds. We know that he can reach speeds of 55 miles per hour, fly 140 miles in a stretch. We know the altitude of his route and the places he likes to stop on his 1,600-mile migration. All his data, along with data from other owls, is helping to answer our questions about this mysterious species. Maybe that new understanding will help us protect them. This year, Baltimore turns 3. That's the age when we think a snowy owl first seeks out a mate in the Arctic. And as he flies north into this new chapter, we will be able to follow.
Morning star lights the way, restless dream all done. Shadows gone, break of day, real life begun.
If Baltimore survives his summer in the Arctic and returns to cell range, he'll bring with him a whole new set of data. Data that tells the story of frozen hunting grounds, and perhaps a nest full of owlets.
Going home, I'm just going home. It's not far, just come.